Well, well, well. Here we are again. Once again, like many people, including myself, thought we go out there and against a big team like Man City and put in enough of a performance to get a draw. But what do we do when we play the Brentfords, when we play the Bournemouths, when we play the Fulhams? We once again shit the bed because that's what we are. That's what kind of club we are now. We are a club from top to bottom in absolute disarray. Owners, directors, sports folks, manager. Although I can't crash it on Callum too much. Although we'll get into his performance in this one. And players, not good enough. And today, absolutely, absolutely diabolical. Fulham 2, Chelsea 1. And guess what? Guess what happened? You will never guess. Red Card FC strikes again. But even before the red card, we did not look very well. We were not playing very well. We were getting carved open by a Fulham side that's currently level on points with us. So maybe that is our level now. But they were creating the better attacks. They were defending better than we were. And we were resorting to trying to score off of corners where Enzo would try to hit the corner into the back post and basically try to score from the corner. We almost did a couple times. Fair play to him. And look, the set pieces today were okay because we did get a goal in the second half on the set piece. But that's what our attack resorted to when we were 11v11. And yes, it wasn't very long for 11v11, but today I want to hear all the folks that complained about Maresca sabotaging Cole Palmer by not playing him off the right, by not playing a three-man midfield and controlling the game. Today, we had almost our strongest lineup with the exception of a couple players, right? There was no I I was gonna say our center backs, but I'll be honest with you, our center backs are dumber, and what's dumber than dumber? I don't even know. But today, Tosin made his return to Craven Cottage. Put in a shitty performance that you would expect from him. Was at fault for the second goal. Let the guy run right off of him, which sort of started the attack, and we didn't do anything after that. But for me, that first defensive action, when you puts the team under pressure, and we were under intense pressure. But back to the lineup. Cole Palmer off the right, where everybody said, "Oh, Cole Palmer off the right." The reason why he's not banging in 2025 was because Enzo Maresca was playing him centrally. No, the reason why Cole Palmer did not play well in 2025 is because Cole Palmer did not play well in 2025. It didn't matter where he was on the pitch. He was not doing enough. He was not creating chances. He was not finishing his dinner in 2025. And it continued today because apart from a couple through balls, in a couple moments, jinky majinky, things like that, he was absolutely pants today. And he has been terrible for almost 11, 12, 13 months now. And yes, I know he's missed a month or two with injuries and things like that, but he played a full 90 the other day, and he got hooked today. Stinker and hooked, as Lee Gunner would say. He was absolutely diabolical. And when he is your best attacker and you're getting those kind of performances out of him, yeah, it's going to be peak for us. We are not going to score goals. We are not going to look good in attack. And that's what it was today. That's what it was today. Liam Delap centrally. Pedro Neto off the left. Pedro Neto, my God, Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto, Pedro Neto, Neto Pedro. All these Pedros on the team. João Pedro came on today. Absolutely horrible cameo. But Pedro Neto, Once again, once again, you are the sole architect of so many blown opportunities. You are the killer of so many attacks. There was one attack today where Pedro Neto was 1v1 with a defender running at him, which you're like, okay, that's one of Pedro Neto's only specialties is running at pace with the ball. He took about a 30-yard shot with his weak foot that did exactly what you're thinking right now if you didn't catch the game and dribbled right to the keeper. Pedro Neto gets the ball on the left wing because obviously on the right wing he is very predictable. Drops his shoulder, cuts inside, tries to send either across to the back post or tries to curl a shot in. On the left-hand side, he's even worse because he cannot cross the ball. His crosses today and in general over the last 3-4 games that he's played were absolutely diabolical. How he played another full 90 today, Callum, you have blood on your hands for this one. You didn't see enough of Pedro Neto stinking it out versus Man City that you had to see 90 minutes today. And yes, it got to the point today where I even saw some people, I wasn't on any live streams like that, work was crazy, things like that. There were some people that I was seeing that were calling for Garnacho. That's how bad his performance was today that folks were like, please, Callum, sub on Garnacho, who's been a healthy scratch the last 2 games. If we need Alejandro Garnacho to bail us out in 2026, holy fuck, are we in some deep shit. We are in some deep shit because we know that brother can't beat anybody 1v1. And if Pedro Neto is a one-trick pony, what is Garnacho? But I'm not even going to... I feel bad even crashing it on Garnacho because he didn't get off the bench, but that is the level of madness that Chelsea fans have resorted to as a result of these Pedro Neto disaster classes. But let's get back to the game and get back to the first half because it was going tits up before the red card, which Mark Cucurella, my God, what are you doing? We talk all the time, defending 101. Deal with the aerial threat in the air. If you let the ball bounce, it is only bad problems for the defender. The attacker is going to draw a foul. They're going to either get a flick on and push it past you. Deal with the immediate threat, and then you can readjust your positioning, readjust your defensive shape and things like that. But Pedro Neto, or not Pedro Neto, he's got my head so hot right now, pause. Mark Cucurella wrestling with Harry Wilson. One, Harry Wilson has no pace. He has a wand of a left foot. Harry Wilson is having a good last 2-3 months, and his left foot is absolutely magical. All credit to Harry Wilson. I've seen him score some absolute bangers this season and even last season. But if oh my God, I'm doing it again. But if Harry Wilson is beating you for pace, or you have to bring down Harry Wilson, holy fuck, have you gotten it wrong? Why Mark Cucurella was wrestling with him, I have no idea. One, all you had to do was get goal side of him, and Harry Wilson is not going to be able to beat you in that situation. You are a good defender 1v1. Harry Wilson is not a dynamic 1v1 type of winger. He's the kind of guy that can find pockets, and you can find the half space, turn, get that left foot, curl it, send it to the back post, things like that. This brother almost gave up a penalty, and to be honest with you, he probably would have been better giving up a penalty as opposed to going down to 10 men because he goes down to 10 men. It's a free kick right outside the box. We stop the free kick, and we take Santos off, who had a good game versus Man City. Santos was okay in this one, but I mean, the brother only played 10, 15 minutes or however long it was before Cucurella got his red card. So I feel for Andre Santos because every time we try to give him an opportunity, we take it away because of idiots in the red cards. Not even And to make matters worse with the red card, what pissed me off even more was we got like 2 or 3 yellows right after that for dissent. So guys were arguing with what was a clear and obvious red card. There is no doubt about it. That was a goal scoring opportunity. He took him down. 100% Marco Correa should have been sent off. And no argument with that. But Enzo Fernandez, maybe a couple other guys are arguing with the refs and get dissents for yellow. My God, have we not fucking learned from the last 2 years? Worst disciplinary record under Poch. One of the worst under Maresca. To start off this season, we have had 7 red cards with the players, and even Maresca got one of the red cards. So you cannot tell me that this is a Maresca issue. You can't even tell me this is a coaching issue. This is a idiotic player issue where these guys cannot keep their heads. We're getting guys suspended for Carabao Cup semifinals because they're arguing calls with dissent and things like that. We are accumulating yellow cards so that second half of the season, there's always that threat of, oh, if he gets a yellow card, he's going to miss the next game or the next 2 games and things like that. The accumulation and just the pure foolishness of what we're doing is just mind-boggling to me. That's not even a talent issue or a poor squad building issue. That is solely down to the players just being absolute idiots in the moment and idiots after the moment. It's got to change soon. Reece James needs to, and Reece James is probably one of the calmer players that we have, but they need to institute some sort of increased fine system for these red cards. Luckily, it wasn't a violent red, so he'll be available for some of the next. He'll miss the next match, which is I think Charlton on the weekend, but he'll be available for the Carabao Cup match after that, and maybe even in the Prem and things like that. So it's just mind-boggling. Of course, when you're down to 10 men, things are always going to be difficult. No managers really have game plans for 10 men. And to be honest with you, we weren't terrible with 10 men after that. We give up a goal because Trevor Chalobah's not good enough. Lets Raul Jimenez make a diagonal run right across his face. There's no pressure on the cross. Fantastic header by him. You could say that maybe Sanchez should have done better on this one. I don't think so. But just poor defending. Raul Jimenez he's 35 years old. He doesn't have pace. How you let him beat you across the front to get to that ball before you, or you're not getting enough pressure on him to put him off, speaks to the trash that we currently employ at center back. And when I don't say trash personally, I'm just talking about players that just are not good enough quality-wise. Eghbali, Liam Rossiner on hand to watch this. I hope Eghbali got to see the fruits of his labor because, my God, you have ruined this football club. But that's another video for another day. We get the equalizer, or we should have had the equalizer earlier. Cole Palmer puts Delap through 1v1. Delap does well to control it, gets a 1v1 with their keeper, and tries to chip him, and it gets saved. And we're like, Liam Delap. Delap, I'll be honest with you, the last game versus Man City wasn't terrible. Apart from this miss today, he wasn't all that bad. He was holding up the play decent at times, bringing players in at times. Disciplinary, we was okay today. There were a few barges off the ball that weren't very, that weren't called, but they weren't definitely not yellows and things like that. But we get the equalizer, shocker off of another set piece, off of a corner. There's a nice flick on at the near post. It goes over the keeper, Delap, in a little bit of a scramble, left-footed, side foots it into the net. It's 1-1, and to be honest with you, it was deserved because we were playing okay down the 10 men. We were finding pockets. We were soaking up pressure. We were defending decently, and then after that, Fulham turned the switch. They ramped up the pressure. We sat back. We couldn't cope with the pressure. And what do? We give up the second goal, about 85th minute, around that time. Trying to play offside trap again. Fulham beats the offside trap because the guy runs right across the face of Tosin. They Little bit of some interchange or a couple passes here in the box. Robert Sanchez makes a couple of saves, parries the ball decently out of harm's way, but they have the extra man. They find the extra man. They whip it in. They score. It's 2-1. The game's pretty much dead and buried there. And one win in our last nine in the Premier League. Um, Not even a lot of good teams in that nine. Bournemouth's in there twice. Bournemouth's like 14th or 15th. I know they got the last minute winner from Semenyo, who I don't know when the hell Semenyo is actually going to go to Man City. That's a different topic. That brother, his here we go was like 2 days ago, and he played he played today against Spurs. But we January we have the money, we have the opportunity to make things right. I saw a stat today that showed the lineup that we finished with today, and it was like a combined value of like 270 million or something like that. And so you're like, look, the 1.5 billion dollar squad that we've assembled over the last 2 years to finish the game away to Fulham with like 200 million, 250, 200, 300 million on the pitch just shows you how poorly we spent the money, right? In an era of FFP, PSR, financial accountants, and all that stuff that they've turned us football fans into, that was the squad that we put out there, where our best player was an academy kid. We had another academy kid out there in Josh. We had another academy kid out there in Trev. We had a 20 million pound goalkeeper. We had a 50 million pound left back. We had a 40 million pound Cole Palmer on the wing. It was just terrible. Enzo Fernandez, another stink fest. I'm at my wits end with Enzo Fernandez when it comes to his ability to be a good midfielder consistently in the Prem. He does not have it. He does not have the physicality. He does not have the. He can't turn. And it throws off because he's worried about where the next man is coming, that's the next challenge and things like that. He can't play passes right. His weight of passes off. He is just. He's not. He can't be tired anymore because he hasn't played as much recently over the last 2 weeks as he did for like the month prior to that. But Enzo Fernandez, we need you to fix the fuck up ASAP, or you need to put in a transfer request and try to force that move to Real Madrid. Because my God, but knowing this ownership group, they probably wouldn't even let him go if we got a decent offer from Real Madrid, because they'd probably want to play him even more to increase his value and that kind of stuff. But we are we're in the doldrums right now. We are in the depths of hell when it comes to this football club. We got Caicedo back today. James came on in the second half in midfield. James was fantastic. Other than that, if you could give us 11 Reece James, like I heard Matisse say, sign me up. But there's no manager in the world that can fix this squad. Top four, top five, brother, we are eighth right now on level points with Fulham, behind Brentford, behind Manchester fucking United, who just sacked Amarin for having some of the worst results. And I know it wasn't just results that got him sacked, but some of the worst results in football I've seen in my life. They drew today to Burnley, 2-2 to Burnley. They drew to Wolves. They drew to Leeds. And we are level on points with them, 12 points behind Aston Villa, who drew to Crystal Palace today. I'm not even sure how many points we are behind Liverpool. But Liverpool with the worst, one of the worst bunts I've ever seen for a title defending team. And they are 5-6 points clear of us, potentially even more if they get a result versus Arsenal. We are going south extremely fast, and it is extremely concerning. Extremely concerning. If we don't fix up, we're going to be back in the fucking conference league. First two-time winner of the conference league, Chelsea Football Club, soon come. That's it, folks. I don't even want to talk about this club anymore right now. They I'm just so disgusted, so frustrated that yeah, that's it. Lock this thing off, man. Appreciate everybody as always. Appreciate all my regulars that pop up in my comments. Zombie, Monkey, everybody that's been showing love. I if nobody appreciates you guys, I do. I do. Hopefully there'd be better times coming. I'm usually a fairly positive person. I'm not a I'm a grown up. I don't like to crash out too much about things I can't control. But my God, this football club, man, they are frustrating. If I had hair, I'd pull it out. But like the video, subscribe, please, share it, turn notifications on. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you're hurting just as much as I am. Are you numb to it? Is this just part of the course for Chelsea Football Club 2025, 2026, 2024, 2023, 2022? Let me know. Peace.